Um, yeah, so he was this man that was just chilling, and the king is continuously giving him all sorts of pleasures, and then he's the one who decided to go out the wall. I was like, why'd you go out the wall, dude? And he goes out the wall and he sees all these things, and he just made up his mind that oh, well, this is the life I think I'm going to choose. His life was anything but stable. His life was anything but just drama from the beginning to the middle and towards the end. But how did he deal with it? Just like tr- targeted his own cousin who wanted to kill him, David Data, wanted to kill him 3 times. Can you imagine living your life and someone try to kill you 3 times, the entirety of your life, and the constant like fear, like you know what I mean? You look at the life of the Buddha and you realize, well, if he made it, I can make it too, no matter what, no matter what, at any and all costs. Um, so Venerable Phap Wang from Sri Lanka, a Vietnamese monk that moved to Sri Lanka, is an abbot of the monastery, is raising 5 novice monks. Probably bhikkhus, no, they're not bhikkhus by now. 5 novice monks. And so they go and they do receive money, and then they just distribute that money elsewhere in like villages and stuff like that. And when you see the live stream in the villages and you see some of the female nuns wear are the same colors. They're so skinny, and the camera turns to their living quarters, and it's literally the days of the Buddha. They don't give them money; they give them like a bag of rice, and like they hit the floor, forehead to the floor, and giving thanks, and they cry, and they cry. I mean, just tears of joy when the male monks come, and it's stuff like that that you have to try to add Venerable Phap Wang and look at his timeline. Just look at that. Phapquang. Phapquang. But just because we don't live there and we don't see it, but yeah, but when I see it, I feel it because I was there, my own country. Um, and so what do they survive off of? If they were that joyful for a bag of rice, what do they survive off of? Well, let's bring attention to Reverend Al Sharpton. He's the modern day He's the modern day Dr. MLK, simply put. And his last eulogy to Tyree Nichols about the police thing, and everyone was like, "Uh oh," Reverend Al Sharpton, when he holds the microphone, he's gonna be off the chain. You already know it's coming, because he's blacker than black, just like me. I can get blacker than black. And in the middle of it, I caught it. I mean, there's a lot of things that I caught, but I'm just gonna share this portion of it. He's my food when I'm hungry. He's my water when I'm thirsty. He's my sword and shield in the middle of the wheel. He's my wheel. And the whole crowd just raves. He's referring to Jesus. He's referring to Jesus. He's a reverend. But what about Buddhism? What about what about us? How do we serve? I mean, what's going on? Hmm. And the teachings of the Buddha. Here, Sam, move over this way, Sam. Yeah, move over this way. Here you go. The teachings of the Buddha is your food, is your water, and quite frankly, if you were to just going to die of starvation or of thirst, okay, you're gonna die. Just accept it. Quick, number one, accept it. Number two, now let go and bliss out like a warrior, like a warrior. But I saw Reverend Al Sharpton when he pulled that. I was like, oh yeah, all you Christians love it. Take it all in. He's my food when I'm hungry. He's my water when I'm thirsty. He is my sword and my shield. He is my will in the middle of the will. I was like, wow. So you all have challenges in the days ahead, and put the teachings of we have a lot of books. One thing is we have a lot of books on Buddhism. Sprawl it out and go to it, and never give up, and read it over and over and over again. So, hello, Mr. Jorge.
Hi, Master.
Got stuck in traffic, huh?
Yeah, but I made it. I wanted to stop and get some offerings as well. So
Oh, it's okay. Hmm.
thank you.
Hmm.
Pardon my pardon.
Everything stable in your life so far?
Um, yeah, where I am, yeah, as stable as I can be, considering
Boy, you two got some things to talk about.
mm,
You two are identical twins. See, the one thing about being a teacher sitting here is that people share their stories. You take the individual stories, you put it into little components, you put it in little drawers, and then when they appear in personality and in person, you realize, oh, look, we got twins in here.
nice.
Mm, mm. And I just want to make this observation.
Thank you.
And the observation is number one, you both have shown very gratefulness to me, gratefulness and looking up to me, and the burning desire for liberation. That's why you're here, driving 2 hours away, fighting through all that traffic. And every day it gets worse in traffic. Every day people are like, huh? Right? It just gets more frustrating. Literally, it gets more, and you just can't like what? We are in fact becoming dumber in society.
Mm-hmm.
Not we, not us in this room, but everybody else. Like
Right.
humanity,
Mm.
dumber. How do we know this? Traffic. Are they evolving? No.
No.
Are they anticipating moves? No. Are they mindful? No. You know, what's making them dumb? The screens.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally watching DVDs and stuff like that, and listening to music, and literally, you know, there are groups of people out there who target people who are mindless. They just get in front of them and they just slam on their brakes. Yeah. Right?
Really?
Yeah, all the time. Fraud in Florida, highest in the nation. Yesterday, my students got to witness a fraud case that came to $2 savings. Somehow met a coworker, a woman, and decided to put this woman on his shared bank account.
No.
And then when he decided to remove her, she realized, oh, he's going to make a move. So let me take half his money and run away. Sure did. And the students got to sit right in the room and watch all this unfold and watch the teacher in destitution and deterioration because it crippled him. Just everything in the totality of his life crippled him, and with the existence of mild cognitive impairment. Well, it's not mild; it's severe cognitive impairment.
Mm.
Yeah, imagine that. So fraud everywhere, lack of mindfulness altogether. So the commonalities I put both of you both together is that you both have a willingness to help people. Hmm. Matter of fact, don't exchange phone numbers because you all might like, oh, let's just continue. While delaying your own enlightenment, while delaying your own liberation. Yes.
If you want to speak more to me, and I'll only tell you what you asked me or what you want me to share, but I will be here every Sunday. So keep that in mind.
Thank you.
In Theravada Buddhism, we can be a little selfish for a short time. And that is a time where you just focus on you and resolve things once and for all so you can sit here and truly help people, enjoy out of that, and help them effectively. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
and delaying time, running around and stuff like that, doing all sorts of stuff. I haven't dig into your life, but I already got surface level, so I already know the behavior, the general broad behavior of it. This one tells me in details,
Mhm.
you know, oh, people are moving around. Literally, I mean, an angel. Had you not have your own stuff to deal with, we might as well just put wings on you so you can fly around the city and save those who need to be saved. You know what I'm saying? But in Theravada Buddhism, I do want you guys to be the angels that you actually really are deep down inside. But our heart is still burning. There's fire in our life right now. You can't come home stepping on red hot stones. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, you know, it is satisfying in the moment.
Mm.
It is the motivation. It is the motive. You have to question your motive. I'm helping other people in this moment to escape moments with myself. I'm gonna feel good helping this person to kind of push away stuff that I don't want to deal with.
Mm.
Okay. So in those moments, there is this pull struggle of I recognize people need help. I want to help them and I know I can. But the venerable is in my ear and he tells me, stop, go back to CBT, sit your ass down.
Mhm.
So, therefore, this year I have decided to create a one of a kind thing, which is religious orders. And right now I haven't issued any, except for one, but the other student hasn't appeared.
Hmm.
The other student hasn't reappeared. I'm waiting for him to reappear. And if he does reappear, then it is in order to about his anger. His anger just puts him back in jail every other month. So therefore, it's necessary to save them. But right now, just entertain the thought of a religious order coming from His Eminence. And I need to be in your ear all the time, moment to moment, day to day. What does that mean? That means in the moment of you wanting to be there for other people, the Venerable wants you to go back to CBT. Soon, that will become an order. Soon, if you defy that order, it is equivalent defying an order of a judge.
Hmm.
Therefore, it stacks on potential and likely anticipated guilt in your life. You defy the order. I don't care. You're not going to go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I don't have little deputies running around trying to look after you. But the fall is going to be great when that fall takes place because you realize that, oh my God, holy crap. I looked for help, I found help, and then he issued an order to me, a one of a kind order I have never seen before from any Theravada Buddhist monk. And then I willfully, knowingly, and intentionally defy this order. By and through my own stubbornness and hard headedness, I'm falling. Then, how do I make up for it now? How do I go back with an apology? How do you make it right in the eyes of a judge? I don't know. So, therefore, let that entertain your thought. Let that override the lawyer in your head throughout this week, throughout forthcoming days. You know, it's it's something that is fun for me as a monk in position of power. It's not fun for you because you're struggling, you don't know what to do, right? And you have too much freedom on your hands. Too much freedom on your hands. I know judges out there, actual real judges, put people in jail and they said, I love you. You know that I love you, but I'm going to put you in jail. It's time out. You need some time for yourself. And some judges actually goes into the cell and spend the night with them. Some time for yourself. And some judges actually goes into the cell and spend the night with them. Did you know that?
Mhm.
Yeah. Did you know that? Well, so much for researching. There's judges where they have said, I'm ordering you to go to jail, but guess what? I'm going to jail with you. Watch this. Takes off their robes. walks right in and sit there so that people can learn. They will sacrifice a day or two so that people will learn their lesson. So therefore, I know I have insight about your mind, the particular type of monkey mind that you have. And I'm trained to just literally jump into your head and see the components and the wirings. So therefore, I don't have a lot of time with both of you. The Vietnam trip is November. That is literally like next month to me.
Right. Right. Comfortable.
Because I have to prepare my teachings and teachings of a lifetime for those who are coming. They're paying a lot of money, so they should get a lot back. They should get stuff that I've never said before. I have to like not say the same things that I have said over the past 5 years. I have to have treats for people. You can't just sit here and repeat yourself all over again like every other boring professors in college. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I don't. And so you would do service to your people by doing the homework. So it frees me up times. Mind you, last Sunday I brought stacks, right? Stacks of books that's waiting for me to review and put it together, organized in a very organized way. How do you know the venerable is happy and organized and he wants his whatever place here to be it? When you see my little amber lights and you see, a table and like it used to be, right? Remember that those days? That means he's good. He's doing good. Okay. But when I'm frantically coming here late and I'm frantically trying to get these things up and going, that means I'm preoccupying my time for my little Buddha's angels that's not doing the work out there. That not just means y'all, that means all of you. Where's the camera? All of you who have delayed. Okay. Now, there's Miss Bree out there. Miss Bree. Miss Bree calls me. I counsel Miss Bree for about 10 minutes from Virginia. 10, 15 minutes. I don't think she's ever gotten 30 minutes of my time. Just because I resolve it quite fairly quick. Then she sends me $75 on Venmo for my time and she puts Donna. I don't need money from any of you. I teach for free. My point is, do you see the value, the perception of value, and the respect for the teacher? She can't be make that much amount of money to the story that I have heard. I mean, she's never said I'm a lawyer or a doctor. But just sit there for a second and just monetize $75 for 20 minutes. If every single people that I have counseled, I would have sent you guys 5,000 to enjoy. Do you deserve it? Yeah. Do I think you deserve it? Yes. Okay. The point is, do you see that there are students out there who really look at the value of each word that the Venerable expounds? Maybe like a couple dollars a word or something. And totals up $75. That's still a lot of money though. And look at how many people who don't take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? So again, as my dates get closer and closer, I need to put my foot down for all of you. I'm not at war with you. I'm at war with your mind. For all of you who are watching, I'm at war with your mind. And I'm going to exercise every power that I have to try to get your mind to stop doing what it is. It's habitual habits. Look at the habits of the mind. That's what I'm trying to do. With enough respect for the teacher, you will override the lawyer in your head. Simply put. Everyone in here, okay, you would never say F you to a judge, right?
Yes.
Okay. So therefore, folks, every time when you don't do what needs to be done, what is the point of looking at the Buddha in the face? If you have statues around your house, what's the point, right? You know what I mean? He doesn't, it's not what he wanted you to do. So therefore, constant reminders. You got a Buddha right there. He's like, he's with you. He's right on your tattoo on your arm.
I know. So we communicate daily.
Right. So again, I need everyone in these in this particular year, in this particular moment, to tighten up, so that I don't have to sit here and repeat myself over and over and over and over again. What Dhammapada verses did you guys prepare?
So I have this one.
Oh, and by the way, let me just say this for a second. So Sam's been with me. Sam sits with me. Whoever sits with me at night, it's amazing. If you ever sit with me at night, you just see all magical things unfold, and you just see me be me because I'm me wherever I am. There's students that call and they're like, "I'm depressed. I'm anxious." It's the same students that have been introduced to CBT a year ago and don't do it. And in those moments, I don't have any sympathy anymore. Don't tell me I'm grateful. Don't tell me don't tell me anything. I just want to hear CBT coming out of your mouth. I want to hear what is the problem, how did you deal with it, and the application of CBT onto your life. That's what I want to hear. That's music to my ear. So for every and all students that is out there, you're going to get the long end of the stick very quickly at a very high rate of speed. And long end of the stick sounds something like this. I told you so. I mean, are you an idiot? Do you think you're an idiot? What would idiots do? Have you exercised your intelligence and wisdom? Have you been playing a little too long, a little too hard? You know? And those words should not be taken lightly. You know what I'm saying? If a judge sits there and the judge says, I think you are a menace to society, that means, wow, time to change. That's what he means. So therefore, if the venerable is expounding certain words, Sam told me this week. He's a really fun student. Gives me a very hard time, but also surprises me. Sam's like, Venerable, I'm sitting here listening to you and putting students in their place, the masses of students, hundreds, dozens, hundreds. He's like, why don't you, I think you should start becoming a Jan Mun. And by the way, I also have a slight doubt into the persona, personality, nature, style, and disposition of the one and only historical Buddha. There's one monk that wrote how the Buddha got angry, and that caused all sorts of controversy because he's this all-encompassing, compassionate, understanding man. We have seen previous arahants, Ajahn Chah, Ajahn Mun, Ajahn Lee, all of them down the row. They're very strict. Again, Ajahn Mun's behavior to students, you're dumb, get out. Like, oh my God, right? It's not what I was taught and told. But when I put all of these together, when I put these grumpy arahants together, and the one story of this one monk that wrote about the Buddha being angry, a glimpse of anger, shoot, maybe that is exactly what they are, who they are, and how they do things. Because I find myself becoming that, and I like it, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I think whatever people out there is reading about Buddhism and they're like, oh, he's caring, he's compassionate. I do care. I do understand. I've demonstrated that. My life is for examination. There's no buts, no flaws in between. There is no doubt about how much I care about humanity, period. But there are times, a point during my spiritual height that I start to become a Ajahn Mun, a Ajahn Chah. And you see this other side that's like, oh, well, it's happening for good reasons. It's happening to tame the minds of students that needed to be tamed. I have exercised supreme restraint with my words. But at some point, I didn't lose mindfulness over words. But the words become sharper in order to tame. It's like we started out with revolvers in wars, like muskets, like Civil War, right? Muskets, right? Like little ball and choop, okay? Then we've got to revolvers. Then we get to semi-automatic guns, and it's like the evolution of weapons to defeat the enemy. Well, same analogy. The teacher is evolving with his words as weapons to defeat Mara in your mind. You get what I'm saying? Your psychological demon. Ah, and I have reason to believe that all of the previous arahants had to do that because of the evolving issues with people's maras. The unprecedented laziness, the unprecedented hindrance, the comparable hindrances, modern day hindrances versus 2,500 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? Well, these guys get it. You get it, right?
Oh yeah.
As emerging teachers, you all should know this, using the same concept, ideas, and explanation for students. And I have reason to believe at the time Ajahn Mun flexed, he flexed to the right people at the right time, and it was helpful. And we are not there to judge how Ajahn Mun dissented onto certain people that were there. You know what I mean? It's a very difficult balance as a teacher to strike. Okay, but understand that the evolution, some of these criminology things out there are really, really getting scary. Really scared. The evolution of the human mind and how clever it has become and continue to become. And us monks, we have to like figure out, okay, the dangers of the mind. How do we tame it? What type of medicine are we going to use? See these books right here? Dhammapada. These are emergency medicine that we use. Your mind is bacteria resistant antibiotic to our antibiotics. Matter of fact, there's a new strain of bacteria out there that is so dangerous right now that CDC has already said this is a bacteria that's been evolving and it is resistant to antibiotic. That means you might as well consider that thing as a virus. So your mind, and sit there, folks, and sit there and reflect. This is a monk that has tremendous amount of influence, and if you're still not evolving every single day, either it's me or it's you, and the evolution of your mind, and the bacteria resistant, viral resistant to the most potent teachings the world has ever seen. You know what I'm saying? My job is to study the medicine of Buddha, control how it is being dispersed in quantity, right? And if we started off with 50 milligrams, well, now I am re-prescribing 1,000 milligrams for you. Understand every concept, okay? So my point is, somewhere down the line, give up. Give up the lawyer in your head. Just give up and just tell yourself, I don't know jack. I don't know jack shit about anything. Okay? I don't know jack shit about how to manage money. I don't know jack shit about how to run my life. I can't organize my mind. I can't, none of that. See those flames above me? Right? That was just there a second ago, right? That is your mind. Crap. Whatever. So it poses a tremendous amount of challenge um, for me to, people think like Venerable Cheetah, like, what does that mean? He does psychotherapy. What does that mean when he says he's doing research? Every year he's doing research. That means buying through, observing behavior, just everything. All of my metric system is designed to see the evolution of your mind and how it just steers all sorts of different ways. And how I fail to put a rope over it and tighten it up and pull it back this way. I can't run over there and put you in handcuffs. I can't run over there and tie you to a chair and tell you to sit there and practice mindfulness. The only thing we monks have is our words and the students' intellect to understand the weight of those words and take it all in, you know. And I think, okay, all right. So I think I'm done repeating myself. We get it, right? And if you think this sucks, wait till you take rebirth.
Hmm.
Wait until what animal do you not want to be rebirthed into? Tell me. What animal?
I'm not going back.
None.
But you've seen all the animals. Which one would you not come back into?
Probably a fly.
You still freedom. You're flying around. You're looking at everyone, and you're pissing everybody off, and they can't do anything about it until they get one of those whackers, and you're like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! That thing just flew at me.
That's a short rebirth too.
Yeah.
A dog.
That's a short. Okay.
How about a tree? 1,000 years of giving. Forced.
But look at a dog's life though, because everybody knows 1 year in a dog's life is 7 years in theirs.
That's comparative aging.
But all the suffering that they continuously have to go through again, and even with the dog that I had, besides the point, a dog.
Okay. So let me use the restroom and then come back and let us meditate for a couple minutes. Okay. I think I need some meditation. And when we need to stretch, get up, stretch, and move around and stuff like that. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Oh, God.
Oh, what is your name again?
Jorge.
I'm probably gonna forget it.
Well,
It's
you
not too
definitely will
personal.
if you tell yourself that. Remember, the words that you tell yourself
That's
are
true.
so powerful.
That's true.
So you will always continue to forget names if you keep telling yourself that you will forget that you're not good with names. The thing is, to change.
Jorge, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How I do it is I just stop a moment, I absorb it, I repeat it, and then I'll link it to an experience. Well, yeah.
Oh,
I figured you
Oh.
wanted to get him something sweet, but not too much.
Oh.
I know those strawberry ones look so cute.
Oh. Yes. Oh, yes.
I only have one more question for you. What ended up leading you to Gotia?
I really just don't know. I never asked why. They never gave. So in my travels, they always say, don't ask how you're going to get the thing. Just know that you're going to get it.
Okay.
Anticipate. So I was already waiting for this guy. I had some introduced to another master, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. Destiny, whatever. Could be the monkey mind thing as well. Or it was through Instagram. I almost want to say that part of that should be given to the AI. When it comes to AI and computers, in my experience, there's a metaphysical part that exists between you and this energy that's being experienced. And in my past, I found that having a connection with these sort of electrical components, there's a sort of life there that's not very animated.
Yeah.
It's what
You should take credit yourself too, because one thing that, and whoever told me that.
Okay, silence mode. I'm so hungry. I eat while I'm doing a live session.
Bon appetit.
Practice silence. Practice silence. You catch yourself if we are engaging in idle talk, idle speech. Star, moon, rocket, Ukraine, the balloon from China, Biden's. Idle talk, not important. Foolishness. foolishness of speech, foolishness of the mind. So, therefore, correct yourself, police yourself when engaging in idle talk. No void faux path, right speech. Look it up. Look at it every single day. Practice it in silence. Practice it with yourself. Order yourself. Be your own judge. I order myself right speech. I violate capital life felony. Maybe not. Maybe start off with a week in jail.
It's just a low,
Eightfold path.
like number 8.
Yeah, but
Put down eightfold path. Research. Right speech. Read. Enforce to oneself. Done.
be prepared. It's deeper than it sounds.
But what examples do we have of right speech? Just look at how I speak. I'm talking to all of you. Short, concise, to the point. Done. Okay. Okay. Let us take our first 3 deep breaths. Back straight, shoulders relaxed. With our first 3 deep breaths, we feel that we are at peace. You are at peace. And if you did it wrong, you can take 3 deep breaths again. Just enjoy the natural pleasure of the breath. Don't try to force the in breath, the out breath. It just is. It just is. Bring attention and a small smile to your face. Realize to yourself, I am here, I am safe, I am sound. I am here, I am safe, I am sound. Repeat after me out loud. I am here,
I am here.
I am safe,
I
I am sound. Hmm. Here means in the present moment. Safe means no one's after you. Sound means supreme awareness of sound mind. Take 2 deep breaths. As you breathe out, I want you to hear your breath. Breathe in, hear it, breathe out. Bring your awareness to the sound of the breath. Bring attention to the rising of the abdomen and the falling of the abdomen. As thoughts comes, they're just traffic. Look at them, dismiss them. Don't entertain, don't analyze. It comes and it goes as it is. Listen to each breath. Hear each breath. Breathing in short, I know I'm breathing in short. Breathing in long, I know it's long. Exhale short, I know it's short. Exhale long, I know it's long. Bring your awareness back to your spine. Ensure that it is straight. Your neck straight. Mindfulness of the posture, the practice of Gaya. Mindfulness of the original smile. Bring it back. As we enter into loving kindness meditation, repeat after me. May I be well.
May I be well.
May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I be healthy.
May I be healthy.
May I be free from mental suffering.
May I be free from mental suffering.
May I be free from mental defilements.
May I be free from mental defilements.
May I be free from my maras.
May I be free from my maras.
May I be free from my psychological demons.
May I be free from my psychological demons.
May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I know inner peace.
May I know inner peace.
May I know inner freedom.
May I know inner freedom.
May I know inner liberation.
May I know inner liberation.
May I be free from physical suffering.
May I be free from physical suffering.
May I give more and take less.
May I give more and take less.
May I rejoice in my karma.
May I rejoice in my karma.
May I be well.
May I be well.
May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I be healthy.
May I be healthy.
May all my wishes be fulfilled.
May all my wishes be fulfilled.
May I progress this great spiritual height.
May I progress this great spiritual height.
May I reach great spiritual height.
May I reach great spiritual height.
May I become a sotapan.
May I become a sotapan.
May I become an anagami.
May I become an agami.
May I become a sakadakami.
May I become a sakadakami.
May I become a fully enlightened being.
May I become a fully
May I become an arahant.
May I become an arahant.
May I become a bodhisattva.
May I become a bodhisattva.
May I become a Buddha one day.
May I become a Buddha one day.
May I help those to liberate.
May I help those to liberate.
May I be well.
May I be well.
May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I be healthy.
May I be healthy.
May I be free from mental defilement.
May I be free from mental defilement.
May I be free from my mental demons.
May I be free from my mental demons.
May I not give in to my demons.
May I not give in to my mental demons.
May I fight like a warrior.
May I fight like a warrior.
May I prevail over all demons.
May I prevail over all demons.
May goodness prevail over evil.
May goodness prevail over evil.
May all beings be free from mental suffering.
May all beings be free from mental suffering.
May all be happy.
May all be happy.
May all be healthy.
May all be healthy.
May all be mindful.
May all be mindful.
May all join us into the path of enlightenment.
May all join us into the path of enlightenment.
May all become stream entries.
May all become stream enters.
May all become once returners.
May all become once returners.
May all become no returners.
May all become no returners.
May all become arahants.
May all become arahants.
I aspire to be an arahant.
I aspire to be an arahant.
I will become an arahant.
I will become an arahant.
Arahantship is the only way.
Arahantship is the only way.
May I be well.
May I be well.
May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I use my intelligence towards arahant.
May I use my intelligence towards arahant.
3 deep breaths. You may relax your concentration and arise in your meditation. Damn. I open my eyes and all these screens are in my face and I realize I'm back in the human realm. How many of y'all were just out there into the world of Dhamma? Did you go to the world of Dhamma?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was that liberating? Or a glimpse of it? I was blissed out. I opened my eyes, I'm like, what? Cement? Screens? Shit, I'm back. Now, every morning, we all know the concept of affirmations, right? Affirmation. I don't need to be affirmed. I don't need to affirm anything. I don't need loving kindness. I already know it. No, you don't know jack. Affirmations. You need to tell yourself this every single morning, folks. What we just went through, you need to tell yourself all of this. May I become an arahant? May I become an arahant? Sam here had the great idea of asking me, are you an arahant? And then he goes, wait, you can't tell us. And I said, right. And I said, the checklist is online. Go look at it.
Yeah.
So he did. Go ahead. Tell him the story. And you went at it. Go ahead.
I asked what he just said, and then I asked, if I tell you what I believe, can you tell me if I'm correct or not? He said, no. I said, okay. So I looked up the path of enlightenment and the stages, and with what being around him and seeing what he does, everything else, studying, observing, I told him what I believed him to be.
Tell them.
That's Sotapanna.
Mhm.
Or Sotapanna.
Sotapan.
I remember you saying, "Oh, maybe I should not." All senior monk, like, yeah. Mm. So, anyways, everything you do must be towards the path of enlightenment. Because it's not the idea of sotapan or something like that.
No.
Once you get close, you will realize everything falls into place. What was that book the other day? Time management? No, it is not time management. It is mind management. Mind management, not time management. There's a book that was just written, recently published. But you can only imagine that's what we're doing here, right? Managing our minds.
Mhm.
And the ever constant reminder. Any questions so far based on what we have spoken about, reviewed?
Not a question, but
Yes.
I can say that
Mm.
every morning I do loving kindness, and every evening before I go to bed I do that. Morning's a little bit shorter than the evening. Well, I was getting ready for work, but definitely starts the day out right. Kind of go through the day with the right perspective. So, personal experience, I do recommend taking some time every morning, do loving kindness, meditation, pay respect, homage to the Buddha, to remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing.
I can't tell you all if I'm a fully enlightened being, but I'll tell you little things along the path, such as you wake up different.
Mhm.
You wake up energized. You sleep peaceful. No dreams. No disturbing emotions. No regrets. You wake up, you have something to look forward to. So, like, you have objectives in your mind. You just go at it. You have a lot of energy. You don't wake up and complain like, oh God, it's another day. Oh God, I have to brush my teeth. All the complaints, they disappear because you've trained your mind to see positivity in everything.
Yeah.
How grateful you are to be able to move your hands to brush your damn teeth.
Mhm.
How about people with Parkinson's? Imagine that.
What about people with no hands?
How about people with no teeth?
What about people who didn't wake up?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly right.
So every single morning, when I look at this right here, this orange thing right here, I'm like, oh wow, did I escape death? Death has yet to seize me.
Mhm.
Death has yet to seize me. So so these are all little reminders to practice and reinforce. The affirmation serve as a reinforcement for you, your mind, and to stay straight on the path. Okay, Dhammapada time. Go ahead.
You want to go first?
What a gentleman. See, ladies go first. You gotta go first.
Okay. Just a couple of things. One of them is a little longer. I'll save that one. But I'll just read what stood out to me, the two parts that I bookmarked. So one is under, I guess, chapter 10. That's how it's labeled. It's verse 129, and it goes on. It's about punishment, which sounds threatening. It's not.
Hold on 1 second. Sam, go grab that small book right there. And
Oh,
no, you sit right there and give it to
thank you.
Page 140.
Jorge and follow
See?
along. I should have two of those, but I should bring two next time. But anyway, but
Page 143.
actually, you can keep that one.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wow.
If you disappoint me,
Well, then I won't even put that in mine.
If you disappoint me, it's not going to be good. Punishment. No, just kidding. All right, go ahead, read it.
So at the beginning, it's verse 129. Everyone fears punishment. Everyone fears death, just as you do. Therefore, do not kill or cause to kill. Everyone fears punishment. Everyone loves life as you do. Therefore, do not cause to kill. So that one there is obviously don't kill. It's one of the precepts. First precept, don't kill. But that goes so far as to remember that, and this is something that people, myself, struggled with and find it gets easier as time goes on. Even bugs.
Yeah.
They're annoying, honestly. They can be real annoying, but they don't want to die just like you don't want to die. And who are you or me or anyone to take that freedom away from any living life form? So that's something that is always to keep in mind. And it goes on, if hoping to be happy, you strike at others who also seek happiness, you'll be happy neither here nor hereafter. So if you want to be happy and you try and take down others who are seeking happiness to prevent from that, then you're not going to be happy. You're going to be miserable. Hoping to be happy, you do not strike at others who are also seeking to be happy. You do not strike, excuse me, I'll start over. If hoping to be happy and you do not strike at others who are also seeking happiness, you will be happy here and hereafter. Pretty straightforward stuff. If you want to be happy and you take that from other people trying to create misery, then you're not going to be happy yourself. And you're obviously not hoping to be happy ultimately. But when you don't do that, things are cool. Like if somebody was being a jerk on the road and they cut me off and slamming on their brakes one day and it's just whatever, and you can give them 2 fingers or 1 finger. I do 2 fingers. Peace. And they just let it go and go on. They try and be a jerk and they don't get the result that they want. You're not affected. Your happiness is maintained, and then you're not creating any further defilements on their end. But and then the last part of this page here that I like is speak quietly to everyone, and they too will be gentle in their speech. Harsh words hurt and come back to the speaker. If your mind is still, like a broken gong, you have entered nirvana, leaving all quarrels behind you, which goes to what you were saying just a few moments ago, which I thought was interesting. That always seems to be that way, though. But idle speech, I got caught up in that so many times, and I still do from time to time, but it's in my head. Get caught up watching the news or whatever, and it's just like, oh, what the hell's going on in the world? Oh my God, this and that, and my mind starts to run. But it's like that for everyone. So when you quiet your mind, you're gentle with what you say to others. You're not going to create any nirvana, or it's karma comes back to you. You're going to be mean to someone, they're going to be mean back to you. But this is something you notice and you point out all the time. Just walking around, just smiling, and people are like, hey, just nice.
Let me give a confession. So, in the beginning, I was invited, I don't know, a year ago, I was invited on the monastic panel, the biweekly discussion, and Bhikkhu Bodhi is there. His Holiness, Bhikkhu Bodhi was there. The title was, on what day did he achieve enlightenment, or on the full moon or something like that. They were trying to narrow down the day of enlightenment, death. In the middle of the talk, we got all these scholars together and His Holiness being present. In my mind, I was just like, are you kidding me? We got all these humans together, 84,000 teachings, and we're trying to figure out a date. But see, Venerable Saranampala wanted it. It's got to be a test. It's got to be a test if somebody would just say something about the idle speech. I really was itching, but I'm a junior monk in the whole panel. And there's this hierarchical thing in the monkhood where, you know, I'm just an ant in there and everybody else is King Kong. So an ant obviously not gonna like grab a microphone and bark at King Kong. You know what I mean? But in the back of my mind, I was just like, are you kidding? And then they actually went on. They actually stretched it and actually discussed about it. About, oh, in certain suttas, it said somewhere around March and around April. And I was just sitting there and there was like steam coming out of my ears. And I'm just like, maybe it's time to quit being a monk. We got all these people to get. And His Holiness didn't even, no one raised the issue, why are we talking about this and why is this important for anything? It has nothing to do with anything. Absolutely nothing. Nada. Nadie. Nunca. You know? And so just to emphasize to you all, you know, about idle speech, is that if I object on certain discussions that we have, you know, now I'm a little bit now that after a year and a half later, you know, be really aware of that because that gives, it's out of control. You have to sit with the silence, sit with the noise, and investigate why the noise is there. Before speaking, is it right? Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it beneficial? What is the point? You know,
Is it
What-
helpful?
is it helpful?
True.
And is the timing of the speech right, appropriate for like right now? Okay, so it's a difficult thing because we humans are designed to be sociable, but the Buddha knew that that